Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. So today we're going to be looking at the two different kinds of honey badger weapons in the game. There's actually a named honey badger called the Savage Wolverine. This actually is given to you as a blueprint when you complete your field research for your firewall specialization through stage 4. Now, if you don't understand what I'm saying, if you go to your specialization vendor, you have the firewall specialization. If you hit the prompt here says G, you see your field research. If you're on console, I don't know what that prompt says. And you have to complete all these objectives from stage 1 through stage 4. By the time you complete stage 4, the reward you're going to get is the Savage Wolverine blueprint. Okay? So why do you need to get this weapon? What's the reason and what's the point of getting this weapon? Well, both of these weapons, the regular Honey Badger and the Savage Wolverine, are the same weapon basically, but the difference is in terms of the modding of, both weapons and the talent that the Savage Wolverine has. The Savage Wolverine is a named assault rifle, and it has the talent preferably close and personal. This says killing a target within 10 meters grants 50% weapon damage for 10 seconds. Your regular close and personal does not do that much damage. I don't have one here, but I will almost throw a guess out there and say close and personal will give you only 40% versus 50, maybe even less. Let's look and see if I have a close and personal weapon sitting in my stash. I don't have any. Sad day. Maybe I'll put it in post-production for everybody. The vendor doesn't even have any weapon with close and personal. That's how much nobody wants to run close and personal. Now, also note that, in terms of this close and personal, it also has 5 offensive requirements in terms of that. So offensive being the red, everybody should know that by now. The one that I crafted, I think this is the first one I crafted, has 15% accuracy, accurate, and then has Wascally. And the really cool thing about it is you can just keep crafting as much as you want based on the amount of materials that you have. So there you go. I just crafted another one. The base damage is quite low and it has distance and zen. So I'm going to pretty much mark that as junk. I haven't gotten a better one since I crafted the very first one, but I'm not really going crazy trying to craft a bunch. The moment I crafted one that had a closer damage to mine, I kind of left it. But this actually that I've crafted right here on this video is actually pretty good. Based on my build, I'm looking at 22,400, which is actually higher than the one that I had in the first place. It has optimal range and has overlap. While holstered, gain 5% weapon handling. So something like this, I'm going to go roll Allegro on it in order for me to be able to get it to where I want it to be. So compared to the one that I have currently, that one's doing 20,800. So I think I may have scored with this one, and this is going to be my new one. Now, that's the first major thing to know. The second thing to know is this named weapon, compared to its regular counterpart, has a muzzle slot. So let's look at the regular honey badger, which is this regular honey badger right here. There is no muzzle mod slot for it. But in terms of the Savage Wolverine, you have a muzzle that you can actually add to it, which now brings this weapon on a playing field that we can say is where the P416 is. So if you don't have that amazing P416 and you've been waiting for RNG to get you one to drop, then I think this is exactly your next best bet, and it's a guaranteed, blueprint if you complete all the requirements that are there. So these two main aspects, in my opinion, do stand out in terms of why I think you should get both weapons. So take your time, farm the stage 1 through 4. It's not that difficult to do. I think stage 5 is the really challenging one. And if you need a guide for that, I have a video where I've actually done all of them and shown you how you can get the objectives done from stage 1 through stage 5. All you got to do is just click through the stages and see exactly how you can get them done. Okay. So that's pretty much my deal for you guys. Thank you very much for your time and audience. I appreciate you guys subscribing to the channel. If you're not part of the Gaming Daddy community, hit the subscribe button. Like the video if if that's something you want to do. We're just a bunch of gamers that talk about games, and the Division 2 just happens to be our game for right now. Let me know in the comment section, for those of you who are building with this and who are using this, let me know how it's working for you. If it's something that you feel, everybody should get, or if it's something that you don't feel is good enough. I think it's good enough. My P416 though still does some really good work, but if you want a comparison of a P416 and a Honey Badger, I have a video as well for that. But I guess a video for the P416 versus this Savage Wolverine is in order, so I guess that's the next video I'm going to be working on. So thanks for your time. I guess I'll see you in the next video. Peace.